Hey everybody, it's Carla. Welcome to the Happy Bookmaker, and I hope you're having a wonderful summer day. It's gonna be beautiful here in Colorado, about 84, not too bad. So we're gonna enjoy it. So we are starting a new project today, well, somewhat new. I had created this junk journal months ago, and I had kind of a mass making book construction several days. I just love the construction part of making a junk journal, you know, from cereal box to, you know, chipboard and glue and tape and the whole 9 yards. And so I didn't finish this one because I had so many projects going on, but we are going to put in the signatures today and decorate the front, and then after that I'm going to decide whether we're going to decorate it here on the channel or if it's going to go into my Etsy shop as a blank page junk journal with a starter kit. So we'll make that decision later. So anyway, so here we go. So this book was most likely, let me see, grab something here. Most likely constructed out of a cereal box. I don't know what cereal box. I can't remember, but like, for example, this one was a Wheat Chex box, and I like keeping the side of the box intact and then just taping over it. I just feel like it's already there, you know, you might as well use it. And then on the inside, I will, you know, put additional chipboard to give it more stability. This one will probably get, maybe, depending, another layer of chipboard. When you add fabric to it, it also gives it a lot of stability. And actually even the paper, you know, everything that you add to it makes it more stable. So, so that is basically how these begin. If you want to see how I would have constructed this from start to this point, go ahead and look back in the playlist for France and Flowers Red Toile. I think I named it Let's Make a New France and Flowers Junk Journal. It's probably the first one in that playlist. So that will show you the construction from cereal box, you know, all the way through. So, and this one is pretty, I mean, it's sturdy. It's nice and sturdy, but because it doesn't have a very big spine, I didn't feel the need to go like crazy overboard, and it's got fabric on the inside and the out. So I'm going to be doing two 12-page signatures in here today because I feel like, I don't want to spill my water here. I feel like with, yeah, it's about a 1.5-inch spine. I just think that that's going to be enough, and it will allow a lot of expansion for when we, you know, add pockets and goodies and all that good stuff. So again, probably some kind of a food box where I added extra chipboard throughout, reinforced with tape, and then glued down the fabric. And I don't usually put glue under this portion because, you know, it's not going anywhere. You can kind of tell that, like if you do that, can you see, kind of see, it's not glued down there, but it's perfectly fine because it is glued to the hilt around the edges here. So and then just another scrap of fabric on the inside. I just love the combination of the, you know, the brown and the pink and it's almost a black, but not quite, like a really deep chocolate brown. And this also was a scrap of upholstery fabric. So I have already pulled the papers that I would like to use, and I've gotten one set ready. So this is the kind of thing that, like once I've pulled my papers and I will arrange them, you know, I don't want to take that apart yet because I have it ready. I've already trimmed them and arranged them in a way that I feel like will be really pretty and attractive in the book. So for instance, say this is the first signature, and maybe it will be. I just like the way these two play together. And you know, I mean, I might be overthinking it. It probably really doesn't matter. And some of these pages are a little bit smaller than other pages, but I also try to not have like a bunch of the same pages right next to each other, you know, so that there's a little variety. So these are all like papers like this are like coffee dyed or spritzed. I like to put my coffee in like a spray bottle and spritz it like maybe over a stencil, or I'll do like a digital print and spritz that. And I had trouble the last time with a lot of like sort of bleeding, so I'm starting to do that a little bit differently now. But you know, just to not have the same things right next to each other all the way through. And this is a really pretty page from a book of flowers, and it's just a pretty house with some really pretty flowers in front of it. You know, your signature pages can be whatever you want them to be. They don't all have to be, you know, coffee dyed. They can be plain white paper, you know, whatever you want it to be. Use scraps. This is a really pretty antique book. I always say I'm going to look up the date of it, and I can never remember to do that. I think it's the early 1900s, but it's a book of historical art. And again, it's a little bit smaller, but that's okay. So I've placed these in a way that the smaller pages are sort of centered on here. You know, if they drop down to the bottom, it's okay. It's not a problem. And then I will pick something special for like our center signature. I have this clipped and I'm not going to take it apart right now, but you can kind of see. So this will be the center, and this is where the strings are going to be going in between. But it just makes a really beautiful center of the signature. And this again is from Macmillan Book of Wildflowers, which this page is also from. When I think of it, I'll tell you where things came from. This is a digital print that was coffee sprayed, you know, that sort of thing. So 12 pages, folded over is 24, times 4 is going to be 96. Is that right? Is that right? I don't know. I don't know if that's right. I don't think that's right. So yeah, so basically I've got 24 times 4. Yeah, I think I have 96 sides total. You know, I never was good at math. We'll figure that out later. Okay, so let's get started making this little bundle look like this little bundle. So first thing I want to do, and I pre-folded those others obviously, is now you can take the whole bunch, and you can take it and you can fold it. You can do it like that. Take your bone folder, you know, squish it down as best you can, and that's perfectly fine. I've done quite a few of them like that actually. But I think, you know, you get a little bit crisper fold if you're doing them individually. And so I said we would go through this step by step, so let's do it. And so I've got 2 of those pages from Macmillan Book of Wildflowers. So I'm going to do one where it's like, you know, like this, and then I'm going to do one where it's like this. You see the difference? So that they're, you know, they're kind of going different ways. So how did I? Okay, I already forgot what I said. So let's see. I guess it doesn't really matter. Well, I'm going to fold it and then we'll decide which direction it goes. You do want to be somewhat mindful of the direction that they go in. I mean, you don't want things to be upside down for sure. And we're going to do this the opposite way. Since we've got 2, if we only had 1, I would just do the one way, obviously. Yeah, here's another page from that really cool book. And the text, the print is a little bit raised, and the pages are just beautiful sepia. It is German, but it has art from all countries, you know, England, France, Germany, you know, I don't know, all over the place. So let's see, how should we do this one? Because I like the way this is going to be showing on one page, so we can go like this. And where I've ripped it out, it probably isn't super straight, but that's okay. Perfectly imperfect, as I like to say. This is from that same book where that pretty little house was. And, oh, isn't that pretty? That's just so pretty. I love it. I think I planned on using this in, actually, France and Flowers, and then I decided not to at that time, so it's already folded. It's just a piece of like craft letter size paper, you know, craft paper look. And this is a digital print that has been sprayed. And I don't know if it's gonna matter which way we do it. Let's do it. Let's do it like this. I mean, it doesn't matter because every side rather, of every page is gonna be covered in some way. So I just like to kind of switch it up so that they're not all on one side. And I see there was a little furry culprit that made some little marks in here. After I do these, after I coffee dye them, I lay them out on the the basement floor. There's a carpet remnant down there, and let them dry. Well, somebody went and took a walk, as you can see. But that's okay. And his name was Tom Hanks. That's my black cat, Tom Hanks. And he is adorable and precious, and he can make little kitty prints on my papers if he wants to. I am okay with that. Okay. This one. And there's only 12, so this won't be too long, but I did decide just to do the one bunch because, I mean, you know, how much of it do you really need to see, right? And I've already decided what size to trim these to based on the inside of my book. It's gonna be about it has to be 5.5 because of this width. And then the length, about 7 3/4. And then afterwards, you see how we've got the little bird beak. Before putting this into the book, I'm going to trim off that little, you know, how it pushes it forward, like from the inside. You know what I'm talking about. Okay. They call it bird beak. And I guess I could have trimmed these beforehand, but it's pretty quick and easy on the paper trimmer to do these after the fact. This is just like alphabet stencil. Spray with coffee. Maybe one day we'll have a session of, oops, are you getting off camera here? Sorry, I'm sorry. A session of mass making of signature paper. It's really cool to do a bunch of them and just have them sitting there at the ready, you know, for whenever you want them. Oh, I love this one. Like a French receipt. I love it. I love blue. I love the blue. Okay. They already came and mowed the lawn today, so we won't have to listen to lawnmowers. I don't think there's any more going on unless a neighbor starts. Okay, so kind of going off of, well, you know what? No, let's trim. Let's trim these first. Okay, so I'm going to bring the paper trimmer over. You see my beautiful monstrosity. I love it. Okay, so we've already got, well, let me look at this here. Yeah, I did not trim anything off of the width. So it is 5.5, that's what we want. And then, this is a little, there, you gotta go, little dude, okay. All right. Folding tables are not the sturdiest, I have found out, okay. It's a little jiggly. Okay, so we're gonna do 7 3/4. I might be able to do like a couple at a time, you think? Maybe. And then I also want to be careful of, let's just do one for this one because I want to make it like even so that I'm not cutting all of it off of one side, if that makes sense. So it's right now 8.5 for obvious reasons. Let's go to about here. So it's going to be kind of even on each side. Not a huge thing, but, and that way, you know, we've cut off the same amount on both sides. It's kind of a shame to have to cut it off, but it's not going to fit if I don't. So now we can maybe do like a couple of these. I'm sure I could probably do more than a couple. We'll see how these do. And again, we've got about, and I don't think it matters what, you know, if it's centered on this particular one. So 7 3/4. Gosh, I love this guy. Oh, I love it. And on this one, let's make sure we cut it off of this side. 7 3/4. And this one and this one, I don't think it's gonna matter. Let's just do this. Stick it on the inside so I know it's all tidy in there. And 7 3/4. Okay. Now this one is going to be a little trickier. I'm going to want to try to get it off of each side kind of evenly. So if I do this, yeah, that might be about right. It doesn't have to be exact. Yeah, that's almost, it's almost perfect. No such thing as perfect. This, it doesn't really matter. 7 3/4. Okay. This one could be, I guess it doesn't matter. I'll just, although it does look like I have a little more room on that side. Oh, you know what? This isn't going to be that, no, it's not long enough anyway, so it doesn't need any trimming. And same thing with this. And even though it's a little bit, you know, ragged and rough where I cut it out of the book, that's okay. And I think the same is going to be for these. Yeah, yeah, no trimming on these guys. It's a little off, it's a little wavy, but that's okay with me. Okay, okay, my friend, you served your purpose for today. Okay, oh, it's so heavy. They went on the floor. Okay, so back to business here. Okay. Okay, now to decide what order we want our pages. And I think I want to do the same thing as for the first signature, is put one of these really pretty, you know, botanical pages in front. I feel like we're all over the place here. Okay, and then I'm just kind of going to, you know, intersperse, you know, making sure that I'm going all the right direction. So, you know, if the direction is going like this, or the book is going like this, you know, I guess it wouldn't matter in this sense, but in some it will matter. And then it is going to be a little bit where, oh, that's interesting. It's, that's very interesting. Okay, I thought that this would be a lot longer, but it's not really. Okay, so we're just going to kind of mix and, you know, have a nice variety of how we're doing this. So let's now put in, how about this little butterfly and sunflowers right here. And let's do this pretty little book page. So we're going to put it like this. And I'm going to kind of get it in the middle. Again, I'm not too concerned about it. It doesn't have to be exact. And this guy, it is a full size, so, and they might shift, you know. They don't always cooperate. What do we got here? Got a lot of these. Let's do another one. Well, no, let's do this guy. One of my favorites. Just stick him in here. And let's do, oh, so pretty. I just love this. The perennials page. And do I have more than 12 in here? I don't know. I feel like I have more of these than the other one. We'll have to count. We'll have to count. And then this guy, yeah, we'll put him so he's going like this. That'll be a fun one. It's like a little journaling spot already built in. I'm kind of like pushing these together. I'm gonna count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, all right. I guess I'm overthinking. Okay. And another one of these. And another one of these. This is so pretty. I love that. It just has an automatic framing to the page. And then for our center, our other little Macmillan Book of Wildflowers page. How pretty. And get that kind of right in the middle here. Okay, all right. Let's do a little bone folder action here. And I need another binder clip. And I think that this is, I can't figure out why this is working out like this. I didn't think these were long enough to go all the way to the end, but I might be dreaming. Okay. I guess maybe, no, it's different. It's definitely different. Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's compare. I mean, they're the same. So I don't know. So now we're gonna take a little bit of this bird beak off. Doesn't have to be perfect, but just to kind of like, you know, flatten that edge up a little bit. So we've got handy dandy straight edge here, craft knife. And I'm just kind of using this top page, coffee dyed page, as the guide. And just gonna kind of go along here. And it's, you know, it's a lot of pages. It will take a few tries to get through that. But I'm just getting rid of these little extra ones that are sticking out. So now they absolutely have to stay in this order or we're gonna have trouble. Okay, so one pass. And you just kind of keep going through, and you can tell once you've gotten through, but I said one pass and I was thinking of one ringy dingy, two ringy dingy. Oh my gosh. Lily Tomlin as the operator. Do you remember that? If you're old enough, you're probably not old enough. Anyway, Google it. If you're one of those young chickadees. Okay. It's a lot, so it's kind of, oh boy, do we have some little things here. Oh yeah, that's fine. Now don't go like this, because I've done that and gotten a paper cut. It's not fun. There's some little stragglies here, but that's okay. It kind of adds some character, right? Okay, so that one's done. And let's do this little guy here. I raised the camera up a little bit because I was having trouble. I was actually getting too close to the camera and kind of like, you know, probably blinding you at times. So I'm working on, you know, getting the exact right height for the camera. It's tricky. So I'm trying to just have it a little further away and then lift things up to you. It seems like I have a little more control over it that way. You know, this would be a fun one to decorate. But I've got a couple of really cool books, like books, that we're gonna alter or deconstruct to make junk journals. And I'm kind of excited to get started on those. I think I should have changed my blade. It's a little, yeah, I think it'll be okay, but. Oh, that's fine. That's fine, perfectly fine. Okay, that's done. Oof, what a mess, okay. All right, so now, oh boy. Here's the thing that's kind of scaring me because I usually do a hidden spine. That is not gonna happen today. I wanna do, I wanna attach the signatures directly to this spine. and have the strings on the outside. I haven't done that before. So, yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Okay, so I'm thinking that, let's see, I only have 2. So I guess the best thing is to kind of get, let's see, what's the best way to do it? Yeah, I think I need to put them on here first. Okay, because usually I have like my little strip, like my little, this is just in case I have to do that. You know, I have my little strip and I mark that up. So I guess we'll start here. I'm gonna go from the outside in because the crocodile might make it a little raggedy. I found on the inside. So we've got, I might just eyeball the, you know, the width that way, but this way, so we've got a little over 8. I'm gonna do 3. I think I'm gonna go in about 1 inch on each side. I think that's about right. Yeah, I think that's probably about right. And so let's just make a hole or make a dot, Sharpie. So that's about 1 inch. And I mean, as long as they line up right with the signature pages, that's all that matters. Okay, and then we want one in the middle, which should be about 4-ish. Okay, so let's do that. 4. I'm just trying to get them so that they're pretty much lined up here. And hopefully the hole will cover that. Okay. You know, I want, yeah, okay. I'm just, sorry, I'm thinking out loud. Okay, so how far did we go over? Of course, it's not any real measurement. Okay, it's about 1/4 of an inch. Okay. So let's go over about 1/4 of an inch again. Okay. And, well, is my head in the way? No, okay. Let's see, let's go over here. I mean, thank goodness there's only 2 signatures. Okay. And I'm kind of eyeballing the, you know, where this is going, but I think, I mean, I'm measuring this part, but, you know, like going this way, I think it'll be okay. I mean, they're somewhat flexible, so it isn't like, it's not going to be ruined if it's not meticulous. And 1/4 inch down here. Oh, it's easier for me to measure once you get past the one, because there's a lot of little lines down there. Not that I'm not used to measuring. I had a whole career of measuring things, but causes a lot of brain damage sometimes. If you don't feel like thinking that hard. Okay, so, oh my gosh, I hope this is gonna work. Okay, so I'm gonna get these holes in here first. So we were doing eyelets before, so I'm moving this over to the 1/8 inch hole. Yep, that's that. This is new. We'll see what happens. Wish me luck, everybody. I mean, it'll be done by the time you watch this, but I might be crying. I don't know. Okay, so here I go. I'm still getting the hang of this guy. Hey, we got a hole. And yeah, see how it's a little bit raggy, but that's okay because that's where the paper's gonna go. Yay. This could be the best $35 I've ever spent. Get these out of the way. We'll see here. I think I would have a lot more trouble with my awl doing this. Boy, that's making a racket, sorry. I mean, it is even a tad bit, you know, it's not like a super clean cut, but that's all right. There are strings are gonna be going through there. If I don't like it in the end, I can also put something decorative over that. I just wanted to try to do it this way, you know, to kind of get over that fear. Like skydiving, you know. I'm not gonna ever skydive, so. Okay. That just doesn't sound fun to me. Plunging to the depths. No. Okay. Okay, why are you? Okay. Oh. All right. Why are you giving me trouble? All right. Wow, there's something. You know, I wonder if there was like, oh yeah, because there's like extra fabric there. And it's like, I don't want to go. I don't want to do it. Okay. All right. Okay. I mean, it wasn't hard. It was just kind of stressful. Okay. Kind of scary. Okay. Alrighty. So now what we're going to do is line up the signature holes, and it should be pretty obvious to me that this is upright, and plus if I put the clip up here. So now we're gonna take, oh, I could use a pencil instead. I don't know what my pencils are. Okay, I guess we're gonna use this. All right. So, I wonder if I can, I don't dare try to lower you. I'm afraid I could have a terrible, I'm gonna try it here. I'm gonna try to get you a little bit closer while I'm doing this very, okay, how's that working? How's that working? It's a little bit closer, huh? Yeah, okay. All right. Okay, so let's get this kind of, I just want to make sure that it's, what I'm trying to do is kind of line it up with that pink. It's kind of my guideline. So I'm just going to do, I mean, and since it's black, it's going to show up really easily. I'm just going to do a little mark right here. Okay. No one's ever even going to see that. Little one right there. And a little one right there. Okay. Same thing on this guy. Let's get him around. Whoops. I just really love this part of the process. Like I said, the building. I love decorating, of course, but I don't know. Gets my thinking brain going. Let's see here. The construction side of my brain. See, now they do like a little shorter. I don't know, it's kind of weird. All right, we're just gonna go with it because I did measure. I did measure. Right there and right there. Okay. Now, provided I did this right, I'm going to open this up. Let's find our middle because I'm gonna try to go from the outside in again. We'll see. Because I find if I go from the inside out, it gets really off, and you know, it's okay, but I'll try to keep it as close to that center line as we can possibly get. Okay, here we go. So we're still on our 1/8 inch hole. And it's fighting me a little because it's got that little fold. And if it's a little off, it's okay. It's like after they're in, you really can't tell anyway. Let's see how that is. Oh my gosh, it's almost exact. Well, it's a little off. It's a tad off, but I was a tad off here too. So, but it's okay. There's plenty of give. There's plenty of give. So, okay, and okay. Yeah, this is a pretty darn great tool, I have to say. Okay. Boy. Huh. Did not look like, oh, okay, all right, well, all right. Well, I'm going with it, okay. It's like, that doesn't look like an inch there. Oh, it's not. I didn't do a full inch down there. Well, it doesn't matter because as long as it's matching up, that's all that we care about. Okay, how did I do that? It doesn't matter, it doesn't matter. Okay, let's find our center. Where are we at, 35 minutes? Yeah. Once we get the pages in, we'll make quick work of decorating the front, and it should go pretty quick and easy. My last video was quite short. I thought I'd give you guys a break, so. So now I'm gonna make you suffer today. Okay, and same business. We're gonna line up that hole. Now I feel like I have to kind of flatten it out a little bit. There we go. I'm learning this machine, okay. Okay. And right here. We're gonna use our natural colored waxed thread. It's a nice, really strong thread. And yeah, that's very, very odd. Okay, totally did not go in a whole inch there, but that's okay. All right, we've got thread. We've got needles. We need a nice, how about that guy? Nice big-eyed needle. Might be probably more than we need, bigger-eyed, but we're gonna go with that, okay. And, okay, where's my other signature? Where did I get it? Oh, it's in there, okay. Okay, so, I don't know that it really matters. Let's get rid of all these little holes. Let's get rid of those holes, okay. And we're gonna, before, I usually like forget and I thread the needle and then I try to do the 3. So let's do it this way this time. Let's do it the easy way. 1, 2, 3 times plus a tad more. I mean, you know, you can always cut off what you don't need, but you can't add it back on. Or you could start over, which we don't really want to do. Okay, so nice big hole. So that went in beautifully. And so let's see, how do I want to do this? I think I do want the tie on the inside, if that makes sense, you know, where it's tied. And so that means we have to start on the inside. And, oh, yeah, so we start in the middle. And so we're just going through the middle. Hopefully these will all line up the way they're supposed to. Leave a nice long tail. And up through the upper, I gotta find it. Okay, through the upper hole, and which is right here, okay? This is why I like to keep them stuck together, because they'd be all over the place, at least on me. Then we go through the lower hole, and then we come back up through the middle. So we want to decide what side we want to come up through. Okay, so we're going to come up through the middle, which of course I can't see. And we're gonna, oh yeah, I wanna come up. See, now that I move the thread to the other side. Okay, so we're gonna go like this. We're gonna finagle it a little. Okay, yeah, okay. So you wanna have it, I mean, pretty tight, you know? Like, you don't want to tear your paper, but you want it pretty, oh, you know what? Well, here, maybe I'll do this, okay. That's why I usually don't wear jewelry when I do this. Kind of gets in the way. give it a nice tie. And how are we looking here? Oh yeah, that's nice. Let's see. Oh, now I'm a little too close. Nice and even, nice and even. Oh, it's so pretty. We're gonna do a couple more knots here, but okay, so we did the first one. How's that looking? Yeah, that's good. That's good. You're supposed to go the other direction, but I can't seem to do that, so. So we're gonna do this. And then back around, and then back around. Now you can tie it in a bow. You can leave it straight and hang little danglies on here, or off of here, I should say. These are a little long. I'm just gonna cut them a little bit. And that is our first signature, or I should say, our back signature. Okay, that is really, actually pretty easy, I have to say. Okay. Oh, and let's see how it looks on the outside. Oh, I like that. I like that. Yeah, I think that's kind of cool. We'll see, like I said, you know, maybe we'll stick something over that, but I tend to change my mind. I figure, you know, nothing's set in stone, right? Okay, 3 times. I'm gonna do our little thread the needle. Boy, thank goodness for big-eyed needles. Okay, and I have plenty of room. Get this guy over here. We are gonna start in the middle. Start in the middle and up through the middle. Did I do that right? No, I didn't, because I want to go like this. Okay. Because I want the strings to be on the inside. Okay. I was like, oh, that doesn't seem right. Okay. And then, okay, it's always trickier to go from the outside in. Okay. And, oh, okay. There's that hole. Now, sorry, I apologize. I might be blocking your view, but I gotta see what I'm doing here. Where is it? Where is it? Okay. And right through. It truly is not as hard as I'm making it look. Part of it is trying to show it on camera and make sure, you know, that everyone else can see. So sometimes I'm kind of twisted up in a pretzel. And through the bottom one, that was easy. And our last one will be back through the middle. Yeah, I love this thread. I feel very safe and secure with this thread. So I'm gonna kind of pull that to one side. And yeah, this is where it gets tricky. Okay, so I'm trying to find, there it is, okay. Yeah, oh, it even went to the correct side, okay. Which is the right side, okay. Now, oh, but wait, you did not do that. Did I thread it? What did I do here? Something weird happened. It's like it's, yeah. It's like it all fused. I did sort of thread it in somehow, so I gotta fix that. Yep, see, yep, that's what it did. Okay, so now we're just gonna manually move this over here. Okay, like something wasn't right there, I could tell. And I want a little bit more string over here, so it's kind of even. Am I doing that? Yeah, I'm doing it backwards. No, I'm not. Okay, that's right. Okay. 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 Are we going the right direction? Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Okay. Nice and snug. A nice tie. Like that. Flip her around. A nice tie. Flip her around. And one last. Probably don't need 3. But that's how I learned from the other experts. Okay. All right. We've got our signatures in. Okay. Now I know that looks like a lot of space in between, but honestly, when it starts getting full in here, you're gonna want that space. I could have put another signature in there. Then I probably would have done like, you know, 3 10-page, or maybe even 8. But I like having that extra space. Plus you could put something really bulky right in here, like, you know, a little extra notebook or something. Yeah, I think that's gonna be really nice and functional. And you can see it fills it up quite nicely. Imagine when it's stuffed full of goodies. Okay, so last things are our decorations. Okay, one momento, I have to let the kitty out the door. I'm just a few feet away, so it's okay. Okay, so my plan was to do just a little, you know, just kind of a little contrasting cover. I love this. I mean, it's script on top of script. This is just, you know, I don't know. It's just like alphabet. It is a script, but I don't think it's any particular language. But this is in French. And my thinking is to do then another band of this pretty pink with brown. It's gonna pull in our pinks. Now what I was gonna do was take this then and go over it to have a tie closure. However, I found this scrap of this sort of like burlappy ribbon. I think what I want to do is make a little bow and put that on the front so that it has a nice soft, it has an embellishment, but it's soft and it's not going to get in the way of journaling. So that's the plan, and I think I have just enough to do the bow. So let's start by gluing down our fabric. This could take some smooshing. Let's see here. You know what could be cool? What if we did a double, let's do a double whammy. Let's glue this onto this and then that onto the book. Okay. I don't know, we'll try it. And I've been having this upside down. Is it plugged now? Oh, it is kind of plugged. Okay. Let me get my paper clip. Okay. I thought if I put it upside down, it won't get plugged on me. I thought I had a whole fresh new bottle of this stuff. Turns out it's one that's almost empty that I was saving to, you know, like get the remains out of it. So yeah, I don't have that. But this, I did dump a bunch from another bottle into this, so it's almost full. So we are still okay. We're still in good shape here. And so we want a fair amount. Doesn't have to be, you know, doesn't have to last till the end of the next century or anything. Just want it to hold. I also like to go, you know, afterwards I kind of go back and check and make sure that things are down. And I'm just going to kind of eyeball about where the middle is. Pretty darn close there. Okay. See, that's pretty, just like that. I love it. I love it. Okay. And then, so we're going to do the same thing here. I'm going to put the glue on the back of this. Oh, I see I've got a teeny tiny bit of, of an overhang here. I mean, I think it would be okay, but we'll just cut that off with my terrible, terrible, terrible scissors. I need a new Fiskars. You'll see why in a minute. It's ruined. I'll show you. When I make the bow, you're going to learn my horrible secret. Okay, so I do want this to be down over the entire thing. I'm going to put most of the glue in the middle because we've got that extra layer with the ribbon to keep it seeping through to the front. Oh boy, you are just so thick. Yeah, it's time. It's time for a new bottle. And there's gonna be some, I'm gonna be spreading this glue around with my fingers. Ooh, okay, good job there. All right. Ugh, okay. Oh joy. Joy, joy. Okay. Here we go. Oh yeah. My finger does not feel good right now. Okay. Yeah. All right. Now we're just gonna flip this over. Hope for the best. Okay. Ooh. So again, we're just gonna eyeball this. It's not, oh, but we're upside down. Okay, all right. We want our script to be going the correct direction, right? So I'm gonna lightly put it down while I check. Yep. You know, after fabric gets a little wet, it's stretchy. So, you know, it's like, oh, it might be a little too short, but you can stretch it to make it, you know. See, now it's actually like almost, looks like it's a little too long back here. It's not really. I cut it to fit, but the wetness makes it a little stretchy. It's okay to have a little give. Let's pull this up a little. Yeah, it's gonna need more glue. Just gonna pull, pull, pull. And like that, yeah. Oh, so far so good, huh? It's pretty. It's simple, it's pretty. It's a small journal, so we don't have to be too elaborate. So I do want to, yeah, even though I cut it to size, I want to get that off of there the best that I can. Just want to make it a little bit neater, I guess. Don't fail me now. It's hard once it's on there. It's hard to find a good spot to trim from, you know. Snip, snip, snip. Now I'm going through 2 layers, so it's a little. Oh. And I kind of messed it up here. Okay. All right. One more little snip, and then if I need to do more, I will do it later, so you don't have to watch me. It's just trying to get through that little guy right there. Okay, it's a little jaggedy. It's not bad. It's not bad. I can also like pull a little thread and make it kind of, you know, like that, kind of ruffly, and that would be cool. Okay, so we've got that down. I may need to put a little bit more glue. I'm gonna kind of let that sit for a minute. Yeah, okay. So now let's make a simple bow. And what we're gonna need for that is a little bit of wire. I don't have any floral wire, which is what you really wanna have. But let's take about this much length. So this is how I killed my scissors. Yeah. Instead of using the proper tool, which is a wire cutter, I would use my scissors. That's one of the ways that I ruined it. So I haven't made one of these for a while, so let's try to remember. Used to have a flower shop, and I made tons of bows out of, you know, that floral ribbon. So you just kind of start like this, okay? And you kind of just kind of keep building on it. I'm not gonna have a big tie, but that's okay. And you just kind of go back and forth You're just making your little, I don't know what those would be called. I don't know. Your little parts of the bow that stick up. And then we're gonna get two. So we're gonna have 3 of those. And boy, it's gonna be close. Now I want a little thing, a little loop. So I'm wrapping that around my thumb. And I'm putting this under. Okay, where's my, okay. So now I'm gonna take this wire and I'm going under my thumb, and see, it's coming out the other side. And we're gonna be able to finagle it a little bit once we get this part done. This is really quite short. I wish it was a little bit longer. That's okay, we'll make a smaller. This is like basically like the knot part, you know, of your bow. And this wire is a little heavy. So then you just pull, okay? And pull it down. And this is where needle-nose pliers come in, or regular ones, but, and you just make this nice and tight. However, don't overdo to the point where you break the wire. Just make it nice and tight, nice and tight. If you have a floral wire, it's a lot easier because this is kind of heavy. And we don't want this to be too long because, you know, we want to cover this. So I'm probably going to try to stick it to the side and glue it down. So I want to stick this off to the side. And wire cutter. Let's see, let's cut that a little shorter. There you go. That makes quick and easy work of it, that wire cutter. And you know, I think this is okay. There's a teeny tiny little tail. See, what I like about this is it's squishy, so it's not gonna get in the way of working on the book. You know, it's not gonna be too bulky is what I'm trying to say. And it could go either way. I think I like it this way. And you can play with it and finagle it until you get, you know, the loops, that's what they are, to be kind of how you want them to be. I think I'm gonna cut this one a little bit shorter just so it kind of matches the other one. And let's do, yeah, that's not right. This is a little too pointy. And we can even, like, you know, do a little of this fraying business because the other one looks like that. And so it's nice and kind of rustic. And just kind of poof these little loops up a little bit. When it's all said and done, you could put some kind of pretty little embellishment on top of that. That's what I did for France and Flowers Part 1, Waverly Blue. But yeah, I think it's a simple, nice simple little adornment. Kind of like that. Ah, I love it. Okay, let's glue her down. And she's done for now until we decide if we're gonna decorate it or she's done to go into my shop as is. I just love the colors of this. It's so pretty. You know, it's feminine pinks and I don't know. It's my style. I love that. And lots of glue, but I think that should do it. And then I'll probably set something on top of it to sort of let it set. Stand up to see where I'm doing this here. It's right in the middle. I'm just gonna take my finger through that little middle knot and push it down. Yeah. And there she is, you guys. Look at that. Oh, it's so pretty. It's really pretty. And it's, you know, it's like, it's, oh, well, we did cover the spine, didn't we? I totally forgot that that was going to happen. I like that. I like the way that looks. So it's, you know, it's kind of a simpler book. Like, it wouldn't be too intimidating, especially for somebody that's maybe new at junk journaling. But look at all these pretty pages to do. You know, there would be pockets in here with goodies in it, you know. Oh, oops. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Okay. It's not quite down yet. But plenty of decorating pages and a lot of room to add goodies. So there you go. We did it. We constructed it in 1 hour. Well, sort of. It was mostly constructed. But hey, I really appreciate you watching. I appreciate you. And if you haven't subscribed, consider it and join the Happy Bookmaker Club. Would love to have you. Thanks so much, you guys. Till next time. Bye.